The NATO leaders welcomed a special guest Thursday, Ukrainian President Petro Poroshenko, who came to talk about Russia's involvement in fighting in the eastern part of his country. He got many pledges of support, including lethal aid from a few members, as well as a promise of more economic sanctions and diplomatic pressure. Earlier, NATO Secretary General Anders Fogh Rasmussen dismissed Russia's approach to the conflict as a so-called peace plan. But President Poroshenko said talks Friday in Belarus will go ahead with the challenging goals of achieving a ceasefire and getting Russian troops to withdraw.
I think this is a very tough challenge before the very important political negotiation. Take into account that the question of the Ukrainian sovereignty, Ukrainian territorial integrity, and Ukrainian independence is not a question for negotiation.
There was another suicide attack in Afghanistan as the 28 NATO leaders and officials from 27 other countries met to talk about their mission there. They confirmed plans to end the NATO combat mission in Afghanistan in December and to deploy an advisory and training mission if the new Afghan president agrees. Election results have been delayed by charges of fraud from both sides and a lengthy recount. Rasmussen confirmed that the two candidates sent a letter to the NATO summit promising to do all they can to reach a political settlement.
We call on Afghanistan's two presidential candidates to work together to swiftly deliver a peaceful outcome of this election acceptable to the Afghan people, and to conclude the necessary security agreements as soon as possible, as they have said they will.
The summit continues Friday with the focus on the security of NATO members that border on Russia. But former British official Nick Whitney, now at the European Council on Foreign Relations, told VOA via Skype such moves may be important, but don't directly address Russia's actions in Ukraine.
There is a certain amount of displacement activity, if you like, in worrying about how we can improve the defense of the Baltics and Poland and so on, when frankly there is not a serious Russian threat to those countries.
NATO leaders long ago chose the placid surroundings of this Welsh resort for their summit, not knowing they would be dealing with what Secretary General Rasmussen calls a new and much more dangerous security environment. Pessin, VOA News, Newport, Wales.